Hey guys, it's Simon here with HobbiesofaMan once again, and today we're doing another comic book review. We're looking at Kill All Immortals number 4. I think this is the third to last issue, right? I think there's 2 more in the series, and I hope that those are really good. I thought this was pretty great. There's no changes to the team. It's still Kaplan, ossio, Rokia, and Otsman El-Hau. And overall, this was a great issue. I really had a good time with it. However, there are some kind of quandaries that come out of it that I'm not sure the series is equipped to really deal with, right? So let's discuss this, and when it comes to it, I'll talk about it. So the story opens up at Normandy in 1109 AD. The family watches as a Norman village burns, and they debate the value of violence and the value of life. And it's mostly Frey debating with one of her brothers as they watch, kind of without being able to do anything because they were under threat from their father. And it ends with Freya deciding to leave. And so she's still part of the family at this point, but this is kind of reflecting the issues that she's dealing with today, right, in the modern day. And so we come back to the present, where we see that Frey and her guy, Jabari, I think is what his name is, are at the spaceship. It fell from the sky. It was a ship with a woman who was made of this weird, not skin kind of looking material. It almost looked like ooze, right? It had different kind of colors. It almost looked like molten metal, but it had blue and purple in it. Maybe it was like an oil slick, something like that. She had a different texture and a different color to her skin. And when she existed, when she dealt with the world, she made nature sprout, and she made the cold burn, and she was a very interesting a creature, right? And her father thought that it was Idun, the goddess of life, I think, in the Nordic pantheon. And Idun in the stories has apples that give immortality, right? And so her father decided to hide her away, and through hiding her away, they managed to find some sort of key to immortality through it, and that's why they are still alive. Her family catches up to Freya at this point after this secondary flashback that we have, and she gives up. She says, okay, well, I'll go with you guys. And then we get to see that they're on a boat. They're making Frey kill her boyfriend, and they continue to tell her, hey, this guy's just out for information about us. He doesn't really care about you. And she doesn't really believe in them. She decides to trust this guy. She finds a way for them to escape. She knocks him into the ocean. She manages to get him free of his bonds, and then they swim out to a boat, and then from the boat they move on. And Freya actually ends up getting knocked out from the exertion, and later she wakes up. Now that they're awake and kind of far away, it turns out that her boyfriend wants to tell the world her family's secrets. He wants to share the pictures that he took of Idun's ship, and she tells him that that's wrong, that this is not the way to do things. And at this point, he reveals that he doesn't actually care about her. At this point, the truth is more important than her, and her dad was right. And this is deeply saddening to Frey, and so she decides to kill him, and that's where it ends. And I appreciate the reality of this, right? The fact that ultimately her dad was right. The thing is that her father is a horrible figure, and so this story doesn't really feel ready to contend with that idea. I'm not sure that the story, especially the 2 issues that are left, truly has the necessary components to deal with this idea of this family and the way that the daughter, while believing in the intrinsic goodness of the world, is a danger to the family. And the fact that the father, being a piece of shit and horrible and understanding the world, is technically correct. I'm not sure that is going to be explored in the way that it should be in the next 2 issues, and so I'm not really sure that they should have written it this way. Maybe I think it might be that the Jabari's kind of fall from grace needed a bit more work. Broadly speaking, throughout the first 3 issues, he was very clearly not going to turn on her in any way, and then him suddenly doing it now feels kind of weird, like maybe there's something more going on. I understand the idea that he is a journalist that wants the truth, but that was not explored enough previously in a way that makes this satisfying. And in a way that makes the turn that he has feel real and unexpected in a fun way. It just kind of feels like, oof, they just needed to really ruin her life, and that's not necessarily what I find enjoyable, right? So it might be a taste thing, but even though this was a really good issue, I have some slight issues with some of the ways that it got to the point where it ended. And mostly just because I'm not sure that it's going to be handled correctly in the following issues of the story. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Kill All Immortals. Let me know what you thought down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys later.